All right, so we're going to use our ball and come on down with your pet. And let's bring our knees to our chest and take a few breaths, just pressing the hips down and breathing, kind of rolling the knees, the hips side to side or in big circles, and going in the opposite direction. And now we'll put our feet down and bring our arms up over our head. And let's take a few breaths, rolling the shoulders down. So we feel how the shoulder blades are connecting to the mat. We're going to relax our facial muscles and jaw. And let's put our hands behind our head and take the right knee to the left elbow. And we're going to go leg to leg. And one more to each leg. And then we're going to do some regular crunches, lifting and lowering. And the next one, let's lift our legs up and then bend and keep going. And one more. Then let's do our bicycles, elbow to knee, stretch the leg out. And one more. And then we're going to put our feet and head down and take 3 slow breaths. And let's start to roll the legs to the right for our spinal twist, reaching the left arm out and breathing. And 2 more breaths. And then let's roll the legs over to the other side. Same thing, breathing and lengthening. And 2 more breaths. And let's slowly roll the legs back to the center. And we're going to do our Setu Bandha, lifting our hips up, and let's reach the arms up at the same time. And slowly roll up and down so we feel the connection with the mat. We're going to do one more time and then hold the hips up, hold the arms up, and take a few breaths and really lengthen. And then let's slowly bring the arms and the hips down. And we're going to come up and use our ball. So let's put our ball underneath our back. And we're going to bring the legs up and point and flex the feet. And make those circles with the feet. And we're going to circle in the opposite direction, kind of feeling how our hips are pressing down. So we're balancing. We're going to open the legs out with our flexed feet and slowly close. So gravity is helping us to open up the groin and the hips a little bit more. Let's do a few more of these. And we're going to do one more and hold the legs open wherever it's comfortable, extending through the heels. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're going to bring our legs slowly together. And then bend the legs so they're 90 degrees. We're going to take the legs out and in as we squeeze the knees together. Let's do 2 more. And then they're back to 90 degrees. Let's tap the foot down with the toes. And then flex the feet, tap the heels down, and feel that lifting and lowering. So we're really working the quads. And last one. Let's bring the legs up again toward the ceiling and take 3 more breaths. And let's start to bring our hands right by our shins, right on our shins, and lengthen the legs toward the chest as we keep the hips down on the ball. So we're letting gravity help us open up the back of the legs. And breathe into the stretch. Now we're going to hold the back of the legs, the thighs, the back of them, and then bend the legs so knees are right on the chest, or thighs are right on the chest, and take a few more breaths like this. And just relax into it. Really good. So we're gonna put our left foot down and right side half happy baby, holding the foot or the ankle and breathing. And one more breath. And let's switch our legs, right foot down and hold the left foot for half happy baby. And one more breath. And let's put both feet down. So we're gonna walk the legs, the feet together, and we're gonna lift up off of the ball and just lift and lower a few times. We're keeping control in the hips. So we're strengthening, and let's do 5 more. And one more time. And then just relax the hips down, and we're gonna take our feet together and Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So now, if you can, arms in a goalpost position, and let everything relax as you breathe. Chin is slightly tucked. And 2 more breaths. And let's bring the legs back together. If you need to, you can put your hands on the outside. We're gonna lift our hips up now and move the ball out of the way and walk the shoulder blades closer together and breathe. Stretching through the whole spine. And then slowly lower the hips down and let's roll to the side. We're gonna come on up and let's sit on our ball. So we can do our pretzel pose and keep going with the hips. So we're gonna bring the right leg in front, left leg behind us. And first of all, just release the hips, just sit up tall. We're gonna twist to the right, keeping the left hip down. Breathing deeply. Now let's walk the arms forward, hinging from the hips. And we're gonna come on up. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm over. And then switch. Right hand down, left arm over. And maybe on this side, you could put the forearm down and start to roll the chest open. And lengthen and breathe. And then we're going to come on up and let's pretzel on the other side. So left leg in front, right leg behind. And just start by sitting up tall and breathing. Now let's twist to the left, keeping the hip down. And then forward fold, hinging from the hips. And we're going to come on up. Right hand down, left arm over. And let's go to the other side. Left hand or your forearm down, right arm over. Roll the chest open. And then we're going to come on up. And let's put both feet on the floor here. And we're going to forward fold, lengthening and looking down. And feeling this cat-cow movement. So because we're on the ball, we can kind of inhale and look up and let the ball come a little bit away from us as we exhale, chin toward the chest. Try a few of these. And if you're on your block, then it's a little harder to do this. You can still do a little bit less, a modified version. Let's do one more. And we're going to take 3 breaths. Really good. We're coming on up. Now we're going to do a spinal twist here. We're going to put the right leg in front as we bend it. Cross our left leg over and twist to the left. Crossing your right elbow over if you can. And then let's try our Gomukhasana. So slide the left knee over the right knee, so we're getting into the hip a little bit more. And let's take our right hand down, left arm over. Again, rolling the chest open if you can. And we're going to the other side. Left hand down, right arm over. Really good. We're coming back to the center and a little forward fold, hinging from the hip, so chest to thigh. And we're going to gently come on up and let's switch our legs. So we're going to take the left leg and bend it and then put the right leg on top. And twist to the right, maybe the left elbow crosses over, and breathe. And then let's do our Gomukhasana. So we're going to slide the right knee over the left. And let's take our left hand down, right arm over. Our side stretch again and breathe. And then let's go to the other side. Right hand down, left arm up. And lengthen and breathe. And now we're going to come on up and go forward, hinging from the hip, chest to thigh, and 3 breaths. And we're going to come back up, uncross our legs, and now let's come all the way off of our ball and move it out of the way and do some cat-cows. And use the breath. Feel the movement in your spine. And let's do one more complete movement. And we're going to come into puppy pose, reaching forward. And let's take a few breaths to lengthen. Pressing the hips away from us. We're gonna come all the way down on our belly, so through Sphinx, and then reach the arms over our head, and feel the lengthening now. Let's do some belly rollout. So we're gonna lift our right leg up, roll on our back, arms over our head, and keep going, side to side. We're gonna do one more to each side. And then we're gonna come back to the belly and take 3 breaths. And let's take our right hand on our low back. So we're gonna bend the arm. So we're opening up the shoulder. And then we're gonna switch. So we'll put our left hand on the low back, flip the palm up. Now let's release that, and we're going to come into our Sphinx pose. Feel the lengthening in the spine. And one more breath. Let's press back to child's pose. And we're going to walk our arms to the right. And then over to the left. And to the center. So we can come into downward dog now. Lifting up. And take 3 breaths. And let's walk to the top of our mat. And we're going to take another deep breath, bending the knees, so chest to the thighs. And then let's roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching up. Hands to our heart. We're going to twist the upper body to the right and then to the left. Back to the center. Let's inhale our arms up, forward fold, and step our right leg back, and just hold this for a couple of breaths, lengthening the heel away from us. Now step back, down dog, and right leg lifts up. We're going to step it forward. And then the left steps forward. Let's come halfway up, forward fold, and here we go, coming all the way up using the feet. Hands to our heart. We're going to twist the upper body to the left and then to the right. Back to the center. Inhale up, forward fold. Stepping the left leg back for that lunge and taking a couple of breaths to lengthen the spine. And then step back, downward dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right steps forward, halfway up. Forward fold, and we're coming up again, reaching the arms out and up. Hands to our heart. Let's take 3 breaths. Just noticing your body. And we're going to lift the right knee up. Let's try our warrior 3, right leg back. Step back, warrior 1, and arms come up. Reaching the arms forward, right hand down, left arm up. And let's come back up and bring our palms together. 3 breaths. And we're going to clasp our hands behind us for humble warrior. And let's do our forward fold. 3 more breaths. And let's come up in our back bend, opening the throat. And then arms reach out and up, warrior 1. Let's step forward and bring our hands to our heart and feel. So we're going to root the right foot down. Let's bring the left knee up and try our warrior 3, left leg back. Step the leg back for warrior 1, squaring the hips and arms up. Reaching forward, left hand down, right arm up. And then both arms up, palms together. 3 breaths. Let's clasp our hands behind us. Humble warrior. Inhale and forward fold. 3 more breaths. And we're coming up in our back bend, opening the heart. Reaching the arms up, warrior 1, and let's step forward. Hands to our heart. And then Utkatasana. We're going to twist to the right, cross our left elbow over, hands together. Let's twist to the left. Let's come into a regular forward fold here, but we're going to hold our elbows. Let the head hang and breathe. Now hands down, step back, down dog. 3 breaths. And we're coming in our plank. And back to dog. Stretching. Let's do that one more time, and we're going to stay in our plank. And then chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, coming all the way down, and 5 cobras. Let's do one more. And then we're coming all the way down. Let's reach our arms over our head. 3 breaths to lengthen. Now we're going to bend our right leg. Let's lift and lower the leg 5 times, keeping the foot flexed. And let's try the left leg. Same thing, bend the leg, lift and lower 5 times. Really good. Let's come back to Sphinx. Feel the difference in the spine. So we're going to start to inhale and look up. Feel that upper back lengthening. Exhale, chin toward the chest. And let's try that again, slowly, slowly. Now head back to neutral. Let's come into our half arm plank, curling the toes under, taking a few breaths. We're going to put our knees down and sit back into child's pose and take 3 breaths. And we're going to sit up on our heels. Let's twist to the right, rolling the shoulders down. And then twist to the left. We're going to come back to the center. Let's come up on our knees, reaching the arms up, a little pelvic tilt. Now we're going to put our hands down so we're on hands and knees. We're going to step our right foot forward, reach the arms up so we're in crescent lunge. Twist to the right, and we're going to cross the left arm over, hands together. And then lift that left leg up, curling the toes under, reaching through the heel. And left hand down, right arm up. And let's come back to down dog and lengthen. And then hands and knees. We're going to reach the arms up over our head and stretch. Pelvic tilt here. Back to hands and knees. Let's step the left leg forward and reach the arms up. Twist to the left. We're going to cross our right arm over, hands together. Let's curl the right toes under, lift the right leg up. Extend through the heel. And then right hand down, left arm up for our spinal twist. Let's step back to down dog. 3 breaths. Now we're going to keep practicing those lunges. So let's lift our right leg up. We're going to step it forward. And we're going to come up in a high lunge. So reaching the arms up. Take another breath. Let's lengthen the arms forward and take our leg up. So we're going to come into a forward fold. It's kind of like warrior 3 with the fingertips down. Let's step back to that lunge. So left foot steps down. We're going to come into dragon. So both hands down on the inside of the right foot. Let's do 5 push-ups. Now we're stepping back, downward dog. And left leg lifts up. We're going to step it forward. And then try the high lunge on this side. Arms come up. Reach the arms forward. And then fingertips down, right leg up for our forward fold. Now let's step the right leg back to our lunge. Bring the hands on the inside of the left foot, and let's do our 5 push-ups in our dragon pose. And we're going to step back to downward dog. And take 3 breaths. Really good. Let's try a little up dog here. So we're coming forward. We're going to look up and take the knees down and sit back into child's pose. We're going to sit up again on our heels and feel. So if this is too much, use your blocks or put something, sit on a big pillow. So let's put our hands down and roll the chest open. If you want to join me, lift your hips up, keep the knees down, and breathe. And one more breath. Now we're going to sit back on our heels. Really good. We're going to lean over on our right hip and twist to the right. And then let's twist to the left. Roll over to the left hip. And we're going to take our legs in front of us. I think it's a good idea that we do a little boat pose today. So we're going to lift the legs up and bring the legs in and out. And then 5 more. And this time we're going to grab a hold of our big toes and lengthen our legs and balance. And breathe. And just a couple more breaths. Let's put our feet back down on the mat, and we're going to come into table, lifting the hips up. And then we're going to walk ourselves forward, so we're going to come into our squat and take a few breaths. And feel that stretch all the way up your spine. Let's come into our forward fold, lifting the hips up, taking a couple more breaths. And let's come all the way up, reaching the arms up, hands to our heart. Now we're going to inhale up, exhale, forward fold, step back, down dog. Right leg lifts up, and we're going to come into warrior 2. And take a few breaths. And reverse. Left arm down, right arm up. Let's take our forearm down to the right thigh. Left arm reaches up. Roll the chest open. Let's come back to reverse, left arm down, right arm up. This time we're going to bring the right fingertips down on the inside of the right foot, left arm up. And let's come back to warrior two. And we're going to straighten the right leg and come into our wide-legged pose. Let's reach the arms up, clasp the hands over the head, lean to the right, and then over to the left, and then back to the center. Let's come into our forward fold and do transverse lunges. Legs go side to side. And take a couple breaths in the center, letting the head hang. Now let's slowly come on up. We're going to reach the arms up and stretch. Come into warrior two, turning our left foot out. And reverse, right arm down and left arm up. And then forearm comes down to the left thigh, right arm over, rolling the chest open. Let's come back to reverse, right arm down and left arm up. Now we're going to bring the left fingertips down on the inside of our left foot, right arm up. Let's come back to warrior two. 3 breaths. And we're straightening our left leg. We're going to clasp our hands behind us. So we're going to inhale and look up and then forward fold. And just let the head release. And one more breath. So we're pressing our feet down. We're going to inhale up and let's reach the arms up. Another back bend. Hands to our heart and come into goddess, turning our feet out. Bringing the elbows out and in. And let's lean to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. We're going to inhale up and come back to down dog. And let's take 3 breaths. We're going to walk to the top of our mat. Let's hold our elbows again for our forward fold. 3 breaths. And now we're going to come all the way up, reaching the arms up, hands to our heart, and breathe. Let's try our dancer pose. We're going to stand on our left foot And hold our right foot, left arm up. And now we're going to switch. Right foot down and hold our left ankle and bring the right arm up for dancer on this side. And one more breath. Let's put our left foot down and we're going to come into our squat. And release the back. Let's take a few more breaths. And 2 more breaths. And we're going to roll all the way down. And first we're going to come with our knees to our chest and feel that. And then let's grab our ankles for happy baby. And we're going to rock a little side to side as we press the hips down. And let's put our feet back down on the mat. And we're going to roll the hips up and stretch through the spine. And one more breath. Let's slowly lower the hips down. We're going to come in our spinal twist and take the knees, let them roll over to the right as we look or roll the head to the left and breathe. Feel free to close your eyes so you could feel this beautiful twist. Feel the release in your body. And one more breath. And then we're going to bring the legs over to the other side for our spinal twist. And head gently rolls to the right. And one more breath. Let's bring the legs back to the center. So we're going to use our ball again. We're going to roll the hips up and put the ball underneath our hips again. And just take a few breaths like this, rolling the shoulders down. You could keep the feet down if this is comfortable. There are a couple of different things. You could bring the legs up, Viparita Karani. It's always a good one. Or you could bring your legs in Baddha Konasana, feet pressed together, arms in a goalpost position. So wherever you are, close your eyes and breathe. And we're going to feel our 3-part breath in the belly, opening the ribs, and lifting the upper chest. And the breath is effortless. We're just watching our breath as we relax deeper and deeper. Feel that release in your body. And we're going to take 3 conscious breaths. we're bringing in beautiful energy and prana, the life force, into our body, into our whole being. And we're wishing ourselves good health and harmony to every cell and every molecule. Also wishing our homes and families and communities peace. And peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere. So if your legs are up, we're going to bend our knees and put our feet down. If your legs are in Baddha Konasana, let's bring the legs together and put the feet down. So we're going to slowly lift the hips up and take our ball away and roll to the side for a couple of breaths. And let's press ourselves up to our seated position. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart and seal in our practice today together. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Marian. Thanks for sending me Carol's address.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah.
Have you heard anything from her or no?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
Well, have a safe trip.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.